Libra, how you doing? Welcome to your monthly reading for the Astroflower. It's going to be a special one because we're going to be going into all the elements and the qualities that are in your sign. And we're going to be looking how they combine with the elements and qualities of Taurus because we're in Taurus season. So there's actually two monthly readings this month because we're going to start doing it by the sign because it actually works a lot better for the Astroflower. And I think it works a lot better astrologically more than anything else. So yes, we're going to be doing another one for the 21st of May for the Gemini season. But this time we're going to be looking at Taurus. Okay, so we're going to be looking at those elements and we're going to be pulling some cards at the end and doing a sort of full monthly reading, as it were. First things first, let's pull up your flower. Welcome to the Astroflower. Yes, and thank you very much for being here. We have a lovely reading. First of all, just looking at your sign here, Libra is one of those four pure element signs. You've got that cardinal air, that goes all the way around. You can see that with the triangle of the light blue triangle, and you have your qualities. So that's cardinal, the triangle, and mutable is circle, and fixed is the square. So you have this pure air. There is, as I say, four of them. The other three are Pisces for water, Aries for fire, and Virgo, just next to you, for earth, and then your good selves, of course. And yes, you have the most air in you of all signs, which makes you incredibly quick mentally. You know, your speed of calculation is phenomenal. Sometimes this can be a good thing, and sometimes this can be a bad thing. Everyone knows about it. You know, we overthink things sometimes. We all overthink things sometimes. Libra in particular can go a lot quicker and a lot further than most other people. And this can be detrimental to you. And I talk about it in the weekly readings about shooting yourself in the foot, because that's the sort of thing that sort of happens for you when your thinking goes far too quickly, and you end up in a place that you shouldn't have really ended up in. And that's where you sort of think too much. But if you just look at your flower here, you can see that there's also air going through your karmic messages on both sides, on your financial side, which is on this side, but also on your relationship side. One other thing you might want to notice is on the right hand side, so this is on your relationship side, you've got just mutable energies. Okay, so you've got Sagittarius that comes in, that brings in the fire, and then has that air, because most signs are made up of two elements. So there's always, there is a changing aspect of it all. You do have this consistency through you, and this is where it works well with the earth. And this is where it could work well, very well, in the Taurus season. And that is that mutable earth that comes straight through you from Virgo. It comes all the way down your center. So it's, you know, it seems like the thing that's going to be the driving force, that mutable fire within your monthly reading, or within at least this Taurus reading. You also get the fixed earth of Leo, which is 2 down, as it were, to you, which you have here. And you have the cardinal earth of Cancer as well. So that's all about working together, being in a group, working to a common cause, as it were, which is really good for you. Also within your karmic path, because you can see here, it's nothing but fixed as well. So on this side here, the earth you can use in a way of being very clear to a plan, to a what you need to do in order to get the results that you should desire, you know, in a physical sort of sense, and following sort of one step after another in order to get to that result. The mutable side, your relationship side, you get that mutable energy. And I said as before, you've got that, I think it's going to depend upon a lot on that sort of mutable earth of Virgo that goes through a lot through your relationship side. This is where you're willing to accept different ways of doing things, or not necessarily doing things, but different things you can do which stimulate you or stimulate certain aspects of you. So it's like riding a bike and, say, like roller skating. They're very, very similar, and it produces that sensation of wind and speed, which is the aspect you really enjoy. It's not necessarily the cycling or the roller skating. And that's that whole sort of mutable aspect within regards to relationships and emotions. Excuse me. Relationships and emotions that can, but it has to be concrete. It has to be doing something. You're not the sort of sign that sits around doing nothing in your life. Generally, you've always got to be doing something. And if you're not doing anything, the only thing you're going to be stimulating is that part there, is your mind. Curious side of you. You're interested in everything. You want to know about everything. It's really good. And that is that curious side, that mental sort of like sort of side of you that really wants to discover things. And that's absolutely beautiful. And so you get that sort of mutable side of you. So there's a lot of give and take within you about the results of what, of the best way to get the results that you want in regards to emotions and relationships. The cardinal water on this petal here, that comes from Capricorn over on the far side. And Capricorn is a full sign. They've actually got more water than Earth in their sign, and this is part of deep emotions. I think when you connect with the world around you, you connect on a very deeply emotionally impacting way, which is really beautiful, but can be incredibly dangerous for yourselves. And this is where maybe sometimes you might be sometimes you might be sort of worried about sort of shooting yourself in the foot or getting hurt and etc., which comes out of it. It also can help you to be really fixed and focused on family connections, with living with other people or being with other people, but not necessarily in the same room, but yes, living with people in a good way. So if you're sharing a house, it's really nice to share a house with people, and you're sharing a front room, but you're not all sharing one sort of sleeping dormitories, as it were. It's that sort of thing. On the upper section, you do have this water again, and that comes in with fixed water. So that comes in from Scorpio, your neighbor. So this gives you the eye sensation of having emotions that you can understand, that you can use, that you can get behind, that are reliable as well. And this is what this is what you're sort of looking for the general outcome, in order to stimulate that sort of mental sort of side of things. On your financial side, we've got nothing but fixed energies going on. The interesting thing is that you do tend to have a lot of the, on this side at least, within your financial side, you've got every single element. So you've got fire, you've got air, you've got water, and you've got earth. And this is really good for manifestation, which is what you're very good at. And also sort of your intuition to the physical world. You don't get it on the relationship side, you get more earth. And that's where you want things to be a little bit more sort of solid, a little bit more sort of secure, and have a lot more sort of confidence in that. In the work side of things, you can create a lot of things yourself. And this gives way to a very artistic side of you. At the bottom, you have that cardinal earth from Cancer. So it's got to work, the ideas or your business or your job, it's all got to work, and it's got to work in the sense of a family and so forth. And then above that, you've got the mutable earth, which is sort of, it doesn't really matter what you do unless as long as it stimulates you and gets you the results. Okay, so let's just bring in Taurus here and see how the sign affects it. Before we do, I will say, as I said, earth and air, sometimes it works really well and sometimes it doesn't work really well. And it's sort of like a mixed bag, really. The best signs for air signs are air signs, of course, and fire signs, because it works really well together. And then comes earth. And it's a sort of mixed bag. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, that sort of thing. And we can see this once we bring in Taurus. So without further ado, let's just bring in Taurus. There we go. You can see the faded elements, which is from Taurus, and you can see all the elements that are coming in through the Taurus sign as well. First thing we'll notice is on this mutable earth that comes all the way through you, you have the cardinal fire of Aries. And this bodes very well for your mutable earth, because mutable earth is very good for ideas and driving others to succeed, but doesn't necessarily get across the line themselves, or they find difficulty in that. And Aries is the opposite. They got to get it across the line. And Aries is as well the opposite sign to you. It's also a pure sign. So it really does bode well for you to allow passion to come through your material life. And I think it will stimulate so whatever job you're doing, or whatever business you're doing, or project, it's going to stimulate that earth and stimulate what you so desire to have within your relationship side of things. Okay. The other things we will notice, and this is where it doesn't really sort of go together, is the water and fire, which we get down here, which is the combination from the past to the future. So it may be difficult to bring relationships to the next level at the moment. It may need, sometimes fire and air can be really explosive. Sometimes it can be absolutely beautiful. You know, we all need to boil water to make a cup of tea. So sometimes it works incredibly well. And this is what's going to be, I think, trying a little bit on you. You get the similar sort of thing working on your sort of financial side. And I think in general for the next sort of 2 or 3 weeks, that's probably going to be the most difficult thing to do, to transfer what you've been doing into results here. And that's maybe why, with that mutable earth going through you, that's why you should be really engaging with the passions that come in from Aries through Taurus in your Taurus season. Okay, sorry about that. The cards just sort of jumped out. I was going to give them a shuffle, so we're going to get on with your reading. Overall energies here, karmic message on your relationship side, karmic message on your financial side, influence on the universe, messages from your past side, message from your future self, general outcome. Same on this is your relationship side, and this is your financial side. So, okay, and without further ado, let's just see what's coming up for you on the overall energies. Wheel of Fortune. You have this earth and air down on this side here, of this petal here at the base, and you have a very fertile earth and water on this side. On the opposite as well, you have water and air. Now that's a little bit more sort of tricky, and that may be making it difficult, or you may have trying times in order to convert the what you've been doing into reality. But you do have this fire and earth on the far side, and because it's between the two, I think it's almost as if like your karmic path is going to be the generator of your fortunes, and it's going to feed the future of any relationships or emotions in the future on your spiritual path. So I would be very concentrated on what you're supposed to be doing in the material world as regards to job, business, and projects, and how it relates to the immediate energies that are around you, in order to position yourself or engage in a way that's going to bring you the best results. On your karmic path, on your relationship side, you get the devil. Not many people have actually got the devil out of this readings, to be honest. I think you might well be the only one. No, there was a few in the earth signs, I think. Yes, the devil. It is a case of concentrating on the finer details. It's also sort of on your relationship side here, and I think you've got to project into the future. And I think this is where the devil, what you're learning on the karmic path, this bit of the karmic path is to not allow yourself to be dragged off down dead ends, get infused by something, could be in a relationship or friendship and so forth. And you wander off, you're doing loads of stuff, but it distracts you from what you should be doing. And it's sort of like, you may find that you've wasted your time. Not that you'll be annoyed, but you might find you've wasted your time. And I would be very attentive to the finer detail, because we have that earth and fire down there, but we also have the earth and air going up there. And I think the earth is going to really sort of play the greatest role. So it's actual physically engaging and finding, being attentive to the smaller details within relationships more than anything else. On your influence in the universe, you get the 3 of Wands. And I think this is where the universe is sort of saying, I know you don't like to be seen to be doing nothing. I don't think anybody does, but, I think it's particular for you. And I think here is the universe is sort of saying you have to sort of, if you want to pay attention to the smaller details in regards to relationships, emotions, where you should be going, and etc., trying to initiate this wheel of fortune for you, you're going to have to sort of take time out to see the situation for what it is and see the reality or the wave of reality that you wish to take, and get involved in the relationships that that you wish to be involved in, that has mutual respect in it, that gives you as much as you give, in the whole sort of scenario. And I think this is where the universe is sort of saying, take this time now to observe what is going on, because I think when Gemini season comes in, it's going to really kick off for you. It's going to really kick off in some really beautiful ways. Now, I think it's almost as if the universe is sort of saying, like, relax while you can relax, because things are going to really pick up. Your past comes from a big offering of love by the looks of things, or you offered your heart to someone, or you understood the idea of offering love and receiving love, and that's what's driven you on, I think, at the moment. And how do you convert that into your future? Obviously, looking at the finer details with the Devil card, and also choosing the wave of energy, the wave of reality, which really corresponds to you. How are you going to convert it into reality in the future? Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, she's sat at the tree of knowledge. She knows when that tree is going to bear fruit. And this is what I was talking about here with this karmic message from this side here, playing through that wheel of fortune, creating that sort of security within your relationships. And this is what it seems to be here. It's sort of saying, if you really want to live that heart's desires within relationships, it's got to work as well on a very physical level, and that's could be anything from sort of, living together, paying bills together, and just the general stuff, and being secure about your future, I think is really, really important. I think this is what you're driving towards. And I think this is what you're taking your time to observe, the smaller detail, so you can actually choose that reality there in your future, which is full of abundance, and great possibilities. The general outcome for all of this is of converting that Three of Wands into that Three of Pentacles there, of good quality work, that you're part of something emotionally engaged in a collective, in a way. And it's not just doesn't seem like just one person, but I think the people around you are starting to recognize your qualities. And when, and I think also it's because you're recognizing your qualities here in this month. Is it difficult? It might be a little bit from time to time. I think you're recognizing those qualities. And when you do recognize those qualities, you're going to recognize those qualities in others who are around you. And it's going to be a bit of an eye-opening situation, which is going to helpfully, build you onto that absolute abundance and security with the Queen of Pentacles. On your financial side, now this comes from this fertile land here that we were talking about, the mixture of the earth and the air, the earth and water. You have the Four of Swords, healing from something. It's your karmic path to sort of regroup, I think, in more than anything else. And you've got that air and fire over there. I think it's basically sort of saying to you, relax. You have a lot of capacities on your side. You have a lot of attributes that you can use. And certainly you're passionate, your mentally passionate way of engaging in life, in that curiosity and wanting to know about things, that satiable appetite for information and understanding, I think will serve you really well. But in order to do that, you have to, be at one with yourself. And I think this is what you may be learning this next sort of 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, and there's the five of wands. Yeah, you get the same situation here. You get the water and earth on this side here, and then you get the air and fire on the outside. With the Five of Wands, though, I think it's more of a case of, yes, you might have had to defend yourself, but now is the time to detach yourself, and that's what that person's doing there. They're detaching that wand from the rest of the wands, leaving a reality or leaving a paradigm behind, a conflictual paradigm behind, and following your path, following your energy, more than anything else, your sort of passions. Yeah, it's, as I say, I think this is where you got the healing from. There's obviously, the tower has come out for a lot of people, I've got to say. And I think it could be something that happens more outside you than inside you, in regards to sort of like, a lot of, a lot of big company factories close in your town, and it creates a lot of unemployment in your town. You may not be working in the factory, but it's going to in fact impact you, that sort of thing. And or it could be much more direct, but it's happened in the past, and I think this is where you've got to get your healing from it. And I think you've got to stop fighting yourself and just believing in yourself and believing in that, the being the best example of yourself, I think will be very much advantageous to you. And this is where your understanding or learning or satiable appetite for information is going to come forward here, because now you're going to be able to play with these passions, and we're going to start seeing that fire coming in underneath. And this is how you convert this situation that brought a lot of things down, of sort of belief systems and sort of even sort of like physical sort of scenarios. Could be a close of a business, loss of a job, that sort of thing. How do you now convert this into learning and exploring of how to engage your passions in life, in your workspace, according to your emotions? That's what it seems to be. Yeah, according to your emotions. You get the King of Cups, sorry, that comes out at the head of this. The King of Cups knows where he's going. He's looking straight ahead. Not every single king looks straight ahead, but he's certainly looking straight ahead. And it's the King of Cups has this sort of utter control over his emotions, and you have that capacity within you, Libra. And being very calm about things is going to allow you to break through and start learning a lot in the following month, in the month of Gemini. As I say, the month of Gemini, be ready for it. It's gonna put you on a new setting, a new path that's gonna need understanding, learning, and loads of things that are attached to it. But a lot of opportunity, I think, coming through to you in that point. And in order to get there, there is obviously things that you need to be dealing with. Sorting out. It's like a spring clean in a way for you. Spring cleaning on every level. So then you've got the space, the time, the organization to do exactly what you want to do. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, it's built out of sort of celebration. There's a lot of threes, and we've now got 3 different threes on the table here. 3 of Wands, 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. It is combining with other people, certainly on the relationship side about it. And this, I think you're celebrating perpetual little victories, as it were, going forward, not only on your financial side, but actually also on your relationship side, where things become a lot more solid, a lot more, real in your life. And this is a good coming together with you and other people, I think. With the devil, you get the High Priestess. This is a real couple, isn't it? With I think this is seeing the things, the finer detail, but not being also pulled off, tempted off your pathway into sort of dead end roads more than anything else. You're going to have to use your intuition in order to get there. And I think you're very, very good at that. That's when you can use that sort of mutable air that's coming through there to sort of see what's going on in the world, and how it plays in with that sort of cardinal earth as well, a direction which comes from Capricorn, which is that card there. The devil is the Capricorn card. Yeah, the universe is realizing that it's a difficult choice that you need to make. As I said, you've got to take your time. You've got to observe what's going on. Yes, I think it may be perceived by like procrastination by the universe, but the universe wants you this space to breathe, these next sort of 2 or 3 weeks to breathe and see which reality works best for you. And it is a tough choice in regards to relationships here, but I think you're making the right choice. Whatever you're doing, you're thinking you're making the right choice. You're that offering of love and that connection with love, maybe you offering it or someone offering it to you, was there was a lot of sort of passion and excitement and travel involved in that, and having a certain rhythm as well. There was a certain particular rhythm about this Knight of Pentacles, and you were going off on a mission, and now you want you want the consistency of going off on that mission, because the Knight is there to secure the pathway for the Queen and King, which you have above you with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So King of Swords, as I say, this is your future self, and this is to do with Gemini. And I think here, with this security, allows you to use your wisdom, your inner judgment, which comes from that card there, that intuition that you can use nicely, and seeing the details and the finer details for what it is going to allow you to see far in the coming future. And that's where you can use that confidence, that reassurance within your couple or within your friendships or whatever it is, to build on, to open doors to a brighter future. And that's where that respect comes in. And you get the Queen of Wands. This is great. Just trying to say, there's loads of kings and queens at the top. You've got the Page of Wands over there, the Knight of Wands. You're certainly very protected by being very passionate in life. I think that's really important. You do get underneath here, you've got that fire and earth, as I say, but then you've got the water and air there. And I think this is where you've got to sort of sift through the sort of fixed emotional states and use your mental agility to actually get round things. And I think that's where you're going to get the quality of work, and also help you just really concentrate on your connection that you can have with one other person or with several other people, in a very, very passionate way of being there, being very, very present. And I think it's going to bode very well for you, and create a lot of sort of sociable activity within your life, which would be really nice. Look at that. With the Four of Swords, you get the Wheel of Fortune. It ties in, and obviously to the overall energies. This is where it's sort of saying, if you want to kick that Wheel of Fortune in, and I was saying, you're bringing it through from this petal here, right up to through into your emotional sort of side. If you want that Wheel of Fortune, if you want things to really sort of turn in your favor, you've really got to make peace with yourself or with the situation, get healing from it, get closure from it, but also recognize that you're regrouping, you're feeling at one with who you are, and it's that Tower moment, I think, is actually a really good blessing in disguise. Ha 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 ha! Four of Swords again on this side with the five. Yeah, you need healing from battling. You've obviously had a bit of a battle on the financial side. It seems like it was a bit complicated. It seemed like a Tower moment. But you're getting a lot of healing. Even the universe is trying to jump in here. And so the energy, the big coincidences around you, will make you feel a lot better about the space is being created around you for you to step into to create your own success. Yeah, the Tower, as I say, I don't think it was necessarily a really bad thing. I think it's a really good blessing in disguise. So you get the death and rebirth. So you're just letting go of something, that's come and gone in your recent past, or sort of vague past, could have happened during Aries season. But it's a Tower moment, so it's really wipe the slate clean for you. And with the Page of Wands, you get the Two of Wands. You're getting on with a new plan. Once you go into Virgo, this is where I think it's going to be incredibly vibrant for you. Very stimulating. You're going to be working to a new plan, learning new stuff, which is going to stimulate you enormously. And I think that's what's going to provoke that more than anything else. And for this Wheel of Fortune, and make you feel absolutely, infused with life. With the King of Wands, King of Cups, you get the Ace of Cups. Gee whiz. Yeah, I think this week here is a real realization that you get over that, and you get complete healing, right? That is the only outcome. You're getting that complete healing, which the universe is giving you. And it's on your karmic path to get the healing from this situation, where you can allow your heart's desires to exist in your life, basically, more than anything else. Absolutely lovely. In fact, you've got the King, you've got the Ace of Cups twice, that with the Four of Swords twice, you know, and ideally that's where you want to be going to. That's the sort of thing you want to be coming through in Gemini season. It's going to be great. That's going to be fantastic for you. You know, once you start really getting into it, 2 Wheel of Fortunes and 2 Cups, Ace of Cups, it's going to be a beautiful time for you. There you go, Libra. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you get the best out of these readings. Hope you understand that the Astroflower is so much bigger than tarot. Just tarot. Tarot is brilliant, but the Astroflower explores life from multitudes of different sort of dimensions. We're going to be going a lot more into that in the coming future. Yes, we also do a lot of stuff on our sister channel, Cymatic TV, which is our channel all about energy. You'll find it linked around my head to go and either see a video or subscribe to that channel. We've got a video coming out about energy portals, how it's affected by spirits and how it affects houses and people's lives. And we've got, a real-time test study that we've been doing and videoing in, etc. So you'll be able to see that on Cymatic TV. You'll have to be subscribed, and don't forget to click that bell so you get the notification for that video for when it comes out. A lot of editing involved, but we're getting there. Yes, I will either see you over there or see you here, whichever way it is. It'd be lovely to see you again. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.